Hey y'all, my name's Megan. I'm a homeschool mom of two, and welcome to my channel. If you don't follow me on Instagram, like what are you doing with your life? I'm gonna link that below. But if you do, then you know that I am currently in quarantine isolation. Yes, your girl who is vaccinated, who wears a mask, has tested positive for the COVID virus. Lucky for me, my symptoms have been incredibly mild, and today I'm actually asymptomatic, y'all. Anyways, I'm not in my house, obviously. I got stranded here in old Tejas, and I am currently in quarantine isolation at my in-laws' house. But today is my last day. I'm feeling great, so I thought, you know what? What am I doing? What am I doing with these? These need to stay down, okay? So I thought, you know what? Let's end old 2021 with a video. Also, I do look moderately crazed because I put on so much makeup today and not good. I'm not good at that, okay? But look how much. And you know why? It's because I have nothing else to do, you guys. I've been in here too long, you know? I've been in here too long and I'm pulling out the old lipsticks. I brought my whole makeup kit with me to Texas because it's I thought it was going to be the holidays and I was going to be seeing people. Joke's on me. But luckily I did have my, oh, this is what I do now, okay? Let's get this to focus, you guys. I do have my Wet n Wild fuchsia lipstick with blue pearl, so yeah. Thank goodness that this is my last day in here because I don't think that I could last much longer. You know what I'm saying? I just tried closing this while not looking at it. And so of course, it's on my fingers now. In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing a fairly large order that I made from Book Outlet. Because what else am I gonna do while stuck in this room than, online shop for homeschool stuff? Anyways, I've made plenty of Book Outlet videos before. I will post those down below, as well as linking the website. If you've never used Book Outlet, you need to get on it, okay? Because it is basically a website that just sells the remainders that publishers or stores have of books. And they got all the books and all the genres and all the things. We're gonna have an extra dance break. Anyways, a while back they were having a buy two, get one free sale. So your girl hopped on there and just... Because January is right around the corner, which means that winter is only going to get increasingly grosser in Indiana, and I want to be prepared with all the fresh activities, all the fresh books, and just a little something extra to bring some fun to what can be a really hard season for us. So, let's crack this bad boy open and see what's inside. All right, well, it looks like when you make larger orders, Book Outlet got with it and gave you a pull tab. I don't have to bring out my box cutter for this one. All right, what do we have? Ooh, yes, ma'am. Okay, so the first thing that I ordered, and again, you're gonna see a little bit of a winter season theme to the first few items I'm gonna show you. This is a Forest Fun jigsaw and book set. We love going in the woods, and I thought that this jigsaw was really cute. Has all the little woodland creatures in their winter scene, and then it does have a little book, which is The Brave Baby Owl, probably more appropriate for the likes of old PJ. Why can't I get this focus? There we go. And it's a 72-piece puzzle, and I thought it would just be an easy one for us to pull out and do as an activity sometime in the month of January. And maybe it can be one that Winnie can pull back out and do by herself because it's not just so incredibly overwhelming. So super cute, Forest Fun, jigsaw and book set. And yeah, you can see from that reflection, I do travel with a ring light. I guess that's my life now. Having a ring light, talking in this voice, and being trapped in a bedroom by myself. Ooh, this next book is Sea Bear, A Journey for Survival by Lindsay Moore. Look at how beautiful that coloration is. So I was definitely inspired to get some books that really focused on the season, specifically trying to embrace that concept of wintering. Maybe if we don't try to push it away and pretend it's not happening, but embrace it, we'll find a little bit more happiness and joy in our homeschool this winter. And I was really inspired to do this from Regular Secular Mama had a whole advent calendar that she used winter seasonal books, and I'll link that video down below. I really loved it, and I really wanted to pick up some books that were seasonally appropriate. Look at those illustrations. This is a really, really gorgeous book. And I think that it's going to obviously have some discussion about climate change, which I think is totally relevant to have during this time as well. Very cute. Okay, let's see what's next. All right. Oh, yes. So this is Penny and Her Sled by Kevin, I guess it's Hanks? Oh, and it's a signed first edition, y'all. How did I make that happen? But we really love the Penny books if you've never read these before. Oh, there it is, signed by the author, y'all. And I thought this would just be a really cute one to read. It's a little bit of like a easy reader that as Winnie is progressing in her reading, maybe we can do together. And we love to sled. And our town has the big hill and we have all kinds of sleds. So I think this one will be really fun to maybe bring out on our first really good snow when we start to take our sled out for this season. So super cute. And bonus, I guess it's like signed by the author. First edition. No, we will not cry. This is our last day of quarantine isolation. No. All right, what do we have next? Oh, This one is not a winter theme, but I definitely got it for Miss PJ, who's obsessed with the beach. Spot Goes to the Beach by Eric Hill. Pretty good classic here. She's already familiar with the characters. And this is a great one for doing speech therapy practices with your little ones because it has lots of objects for them to identify. You can ask them to identify the sun or where's the castle. And this one also has like a mom and a dad if they ever get to that. You know, I don't know if you can really gender these dogs, but there's also like you could do surfing, sailboats, and I love how colorful this is, and it's a board book, so we can use this over and over and over again, and it's not just going to get totally torn up. That's also a tip that I got from our speech therapist. If you're going to choose a specific book to make part of your speech therapy or literacy routine with your toddlers, then choose board books or see if there's a board book version because it's just going to last like so much longer. Ooh. Okay, I'm really excited about this, which I'll probably say for every single one of these, but seriously, this is a short history of the world that I picked up, and it's an illustrated one, and this is an Usborne book. I think I got that correct that time. And it just looks like a really fun one to go through and kind of give like a world history outline. We love our history that we use, but I thought this one would just be like a fun way to bring in different voices and a different kind of perspective. This is really fun. It even goes through like the jazz age, from bum to boom to bust, politics of hate. This is a really cute one. This is definitely something that will be a read aloud that we'll incorporate. Oh, I really like this. Okay, this is really cool. It has a timeline in the back, okay? Obviously, like a lot of history textbooks are going to. So right here has the dates. But what I am appreciating about it is that the timeline includes what's happening in the Americas, in Europe, Africa, Asia, and even going into Australasia. Australasia? Yes. And so it's really giving you like a broader perspective of being able to build those timeline narratives, kind of like that they're happening at the same time, right? We tend to teach history from a very Western perspective, but we also tend to really break it up like, and now we're studying European history, and now we're studying American history. And when you do that, it can be really difficult for kids to keep those like smooth timelines. So I love that they have included a timeline that is really showing you what's going on at the same time at all of the different continental locations. So that is really cool. I'm definitely going to be doing a review of this one later. We'll use this in the spring and then I'll come back around and do a review for it. It was just a couple of bucks. This entire order was less than $100, and you're gonna see that I got a ton of books because Book Outlet, it's just a deal, baby. So like, ting, not sponsored, should be, maybe. Send an email, reach out, Book Outlet, come on, come on. We're not gonna cry. Oh, okay, this book I definitely just got for my 7-year-old Winnie Mae because she's really into horses. This is an inside out horse, the inside story on the animal that's born to run. And I think it's just a really cool illustrated look at, oh, whoa, this is really cool. So it's going in and looking at the skeletal structure of the horses, then going into their muscular structure and really taking a look at everything that makes horses so extraordinary. How cool is that? And then the cutouts are double-sided. So even though on this side we may be looking at organs, when it comes back around, it's gonna show you what the other side of that cut looks like. Wow, this is really cool. Going into the reproductive system, the nervous system, this is absolutely fabulous. Winnie Mae is definitely a horsey girl, and I know she's going to love this. So this is by David George Gordon. I'm gonna show you guys this one more time. Oh, and it looks like they have several different ones. This is a whole series, like medieval castles, pirate ships, human bodies. Ooh, like we're gonna be adding this one to what I'm gonna look out for in the future for sure. How cool is that? I'm so proud of me, like, yes, girl, okay? We're not gonna cry. No. Yeah, coffee makes it a little bit better. Okay, moving right along to what else we got in this book. Ooh, yes. Okay, so I got this book, which is a little biography of Mary Cassatt, which is an extraordinary impressionist painter by Barbara Herkert. If you're not familiar with Mary Cassatt, she does wonderful impressionist paintings, and a lot of her subject matter is mother and child, so it is very special. Now, one thing that I will say when I get these biographies of artists that I don't really care for is the fact that, of course, they're not using Mary Cassatt's actual work. However, it is painted in a similar style to her. Basically, I'm going to try to incorporate an artist every month or every quarter into our homeschool. And I really want to emphasize female artists, because any type of art curriculum that you pick up, it is almost always just like predominantly male focused. So I want to make sure that we're bringing in those other artists and other perspectives. And my mother-in-law, one of her favorite artists is Mary Cassatt. So I think she'll get a real kick out of that. And since we're stuck here for another day, I'm just going to pass this under the door to her and she can read it with the kids. We're not going to cry. All right, what else do we have in here? You guys, I am also starting to realize that I went a little crazy on purchasing the books, but I'm telling you that winter is no joke and I want to be prepared. Just like I did with Christmas, I want us to overplan so that we just have an abundance of things at our disposal to really keep us motivated and keep us engaged. I would much rather just have like way too much than not enough and kind of get stuck and just staring outside at the grayness. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what else did we get? Oh, I got this Tinker Active book, which is a math workbook, and this is for first grade. We have used the Tinker Active books for science before. They are really fun, and they use this kind of like hands-on merit badge approach. So kids get into it because they can earn stickers, right? They can kind of achieve like along this path. Oh, this is really neat. So it's just a way to add some enrichment to our math programming. And Winnie Mae really loves like math workbooks, like go figure, she enjoys getting down. But what I like about these is that at the end of each like section, they have a little engineering activity that they call a tinker activity. And it usually just, the supplies are things that you're most likely gonna have or that are gonna be easy to get a hold of. And it's not just like this huge investment, right? So for example, in the Tinker Science, we had one where it was like you were building structures out of cups and foil and tongue depressors, right? But you know what? Like if the kids didn't get really into it, it's not as if like you as the parent and educator had just invested a ton in the resources and the time. It was mainly like, hey, here's this thing, learner guided, however much you get into it is totally up to you. And I appreciate that about the science. And so I thought this would be fun to bring it into the math just as an enrichment. This is not like a curriculum switch or anything like that. It really is just for fun. And then at the end, they get like, there's rewards. So it definitely has that game-based play, right? That motivation for tokens or stickers. And Winnie Mae's really into that. So if your kid gets motivated by those sorts of things, I think the Tinker Active works really well. Okay, yeah. I thought this was really funny too, because one of the things that we talk about when we do our reading lessons with grandma are naughty words, like words that don't follow traditional English. Good grief, you guys. Things that do not follow traditional English rules, and then we call them naughty words. So I found this book that I thought was really cute, and it's called P is for Pterodactyl, the worst the worst alphabet book ever. All the letters that misbehave and make words nearly impossible to pronounce. And so another example they have is like T is for tsunami. I really like these illustrations, and I just thought it would be a fun way to talk about the words that don't work with the rules that kiddos are learning when they're learning how to read, because that can be really frustrating for like emerging readers. And maybe if we can make it fun and just kind of tease about it, I think that will just, I don't know, lighten the mood of the situation. And so these are funny. Like N is for knight, the noble knight's knife nicked the knave's knee. So it also goes through, and the sentences are repeating that weird letter or rule that doesn't make sense. So that's super cute. P is for pterodactyl. I can't wait to pass these under the door for my mother-in-law. She honestly, like, thank you that we got stranded here with COVID, because I don't know what we would have done elsewise. Here we have family to help, and plus like my in-laws live in a super cool part of Fort Worth where there are tons of amazing restaurants. So you guys, I have kept my sense of smell and taste. You know, it's the only thing keeping me going. And so I've just had like amazing food. It's kind of, nope, we're not gonna cry. You guys, I promise I'm not that sad, at least not right now, because I'm almost at the end of this quarantine isolation. Let's see what else I've got. Okay, so I got this book, the Toilet Roll Activity Book, over 30 wonderful things to create. I hate throwing away toilet paper rolls. I don't know, it just always feels like this like failed chance at creativity or some sort of craft that we're missing out on, and they're so simple, and it's also something that you're not just like super committed to. So I thought this would be really, really cute. When we had our own farm, I used to take the toilet paper rolls and stuff them with dryer lint to make fire starters, and now I'm just like, now that we live in the city, I don't know what to do with them. So I wanted to get this because I thought it would give us some really creative and cute things to do, and I wouldn't have to like get on the computer every time I was looking for something. Oh my gosh, and these are cute too. Like look at this, like making a big wallflower out of them, or even just this little octopus that they had on the front. That is so cute. I thought this would be a fun one too, like every time we have to change the toilet paper roll, it's like, oh, let's craft it. Lord. Oh, okay, so this I'm interested in and I'm definitely going to be reviewing this as well. But I picked up this I Am Brave, a little book about Martin Luther King Jr. In January. I think it's January 17th in 2022 is Martin Luther King Day. So I've been gathering some resources about what we're going to do for that. And I thought this board book would be a fun way to kind of introduced PJ to it, and we could also make it a book that we use when we are trying to expand that vocabulary. Because again, the way the illustrations are done, there are things to point to and identify, and so I think these are really cute. So I think that would be nice. Do you guys have experience with these? I don't at all. I just purchased it on a whim. Let me know below if you have, had a nice positive experience with these little books. Okay, along those same lines, I also got this one, which was the Who Was books, or sometimes we call them in the homeschool. If you're in the homeschool, no. They're the big head books, and this one is Who Was Martin Luther King Jr., and then the back is What is the Civil Rights Movement? And I think these include, you know what, let me open it. Okay, yeah, these are like some good read alouds, like there's some illustrations, and I thought this one might be great to use as we lead up to Martin Luther King Day, and then as we move into Black History Month in February, maybe turning towards this and talking about what the Civil Rights Movement is. Oh, this one has fabulous illustrations. So let me know below. Again, I just purchased these when I saw them. So if you guys have experience or you know something, or if these are super problematic, just like leave me a comment down below, because I want to make sure that we're using the best material that we can. So these were a deal, and I think they're going to be good. I think, let me know. There's like still more stuff in here, you guys. This is the Mary Poppins bag of like book outlet hauls. Things just keep, appearing. Okay. Oh yeah. All right, I got this for Winnie Mae, something I thought she could maybe do during read alouds. This is like a tiny world. It's a little embroidery kit. Again, like super low stakes, comes with everything, and the design seems simple enough that I think she should be able to do it. I used to do embroidery. I mean, I was okay. It's not my passion. So I know enough to just get her started, and I think this little kit, I didn't want to have to invest, go and get all the different separate things. And so, yeah, it has the hoop and the canvas and the threads. And this was like maybe $6, maybe. And again, everything was like a buy two, get one free. So that's why there's so much stuff in this box. All right, so kind of continuing with the concept of like putting art more into our homeschool, I did pick this up as an Usborne, the Impressionist sticker book. Ooh, and I thought this would be nice, a way to kind of start a conversation. And that's interesting too, because it does use the actual art images, and they do have some Mary Cassatt. And the kiddos can peel them off and then go and put them where they belong in these frames, and then you can read a little bit about them. So this is really cute, takes you through a little bit of the history of Impressionism. I think this will just be kind of a fun one to do for her to look at. Yeah, I am excited about this. Yeah, it's like, oh, no, we are not gonna cry. It's a cute one, you guys. Look at that. All right, this one's just for fun, and this is a Minecraft animal sticker fact file. I got this for Winnie Mae because she's really into Minecraft, and I don't know, just Minecraft stickers of animals, and I thought that she would enjoy it. Does it have any like information? Yeah, maybe like you can put them in a scene, things like that. Interesting. I don't know. She hasn't really been on her Switch at all since we've been here. I'm not gonna lie, she was on it a lot when we were driving down, but since we've been here, she's just been so occupied. So I don't know. I might hold off on that one and kind of save it for a snowy day. We still have 3 more books, you guys. Like, I have a problem. Do I? I don't know. I have a deal. I caught a deal, you guys. Okay, so this one is, oh, yeah. All right, this is a DK book, and this is Children's Book of Mythical Beasts and Magical Monsters, an introduction to the fascinating myths and legends from around the world. Winnie Mae is a huge fan of Greek myths, and we loved the Greeking out podcast series. I'm going to link that below from National Geographic. It's wonderful. But this is really, really cool because it is highly illustrated and in a really fun way. And it's coming from all over the world. So it isn't just focusing on Greek myths. Like they have warrior heroes from around the world. And they're really well illustrated. This one's just going to be a fun one to just peruse. And they do have the Greek myths in there too, like Jason and the Golden Fleece. Lots of illustrations. Okay, this one's fabulous. Look at that. Okay, so this next one I got because I am planning on doing a unit study on inventors and inventions this winter. I got some books from Usborne that were about invention, like a scribble book and some other things. And I think Winnie is going to be really interested in that. So I got this book, which is called Just Like Rube Goldberg. And if you've never seen like Rube Goldberg machines, you can look them up on YouTube. They're like when people make, you know, think of the game like Mousetrap. That's what's happening here with a Rube Goldberg machine. And so this is like the true story. It's wonderfully illustrated. And then I thought it would be fun, you know, like while we are stuck inside this winter, that maybe we can make our own Rube Goldberg machine. More likely just make a giant mess with dominoes, but still, you know. So this is my last book in this outlet, and this is, or in this outlet haul, and this is called Snooza Palooza by Kimberly Gard. And this is actually a winter animal themed book about counting. And I thought this was so cute. Like, look, all of the animals getting ready for hibernation and for winter. And I'm really working on number recognition and counting with PJ. She's 3. And so I thought this would just be a cute one to bring some books into our math lessons. So you know what? There you go. You guys, those are all the books that I have to show you today from my book outlet haul. Apparently this is the voice that I use now after being stuck in quarantine isolation by myself. But remember, you know what? We're not gonna cry. No. Thank you so much for bearing with me and for making my 2021 wonderful. I hope that I brought some joy and maybe some laughter and help to your homeschool year this past year. Anywho, you guys, you know what I'm gonna say, right? Is it perfect? No, baby, and it was never gonna be. But is it done? Actually, yeah, after today, at least my quarantine isolation, done. At midnight tonight, 2021, done. So, you know, I don't know. No. Until next time, bye.